Brothers, welcome to IXION. This game is something I've been waiting for since about February or March when the demo came out. This is a game by Bulwark Studios, and it is a game of pure passion and love. You can tell that everyone involved really put their heart and souls into it. The visuals are beautiful, the gameplays are beautiful, and it is very hard. If you were around for the live stream, you saw me fail spectacularly. You are fine, you're just striking, I get it, everyone's upset.
Trust in your leadership is falling.
No, it's fine, I promise you the crew's trust will survive. They're a resilient crew. As soon as you guys stop striking because of the food, we can make more food. It is very challenging, but very rewarding all the same. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Launch control, we have Tiquon clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Clear procedures, check. Guidance go.
Algorithm online.
Batista safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad.
Deflectors out. Ignition. Lift off.
Launch sequence complete. EMB Charon heading for low Earth orbit. Transferring data to in-heaven.
Keep it rolling.
Visualize the proximity of Tiquon structure.
PPS Tiquon to EMD share. You have clearance for final approach. EMD share. You have been assigned to Tiquon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers. Shuttle EMV Charon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tiquon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future. Administrator, I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tiquon. In accordance with the Munchie Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tiquon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolos colonization tests.
Alrighty, so if that cinematic didn't sell you, I'm going to be honest, I don't want to ruin anything, but wait until we activate something called the Vol Drive, which we introduced later. It's a big, cool thing that happens at the end. But for right now, let me show you around my ship. Welcome to it. I am your administrator. I will be taking care of you, my lovely but dispensable red shirts. So, this is the sector. There's a bunch of debris we can capture, and we'll be building a city on here. Now, there are 6 sectors. We are in Sector 1. As you can see, the rest of the sectors are currently locked. Now, up here are your resources. You have iron, alloy, which, as you can see, iron makes alloy. We have carbon, which makes polymer, silicone, which makes electronics, hydrogen, which is hydrogen, waste, ice, food, cryonic pods, and science. Currently, we have a population of 85 who are all very happy. Now, Eden over here, which I will call Eden because it's a lot cooler name, is going to help us guide us through the process. So the first thing they want us to make is a workshop and a small stockpile. So let's go ahead and do that. I have a little bit of experience with this, so I'm going to do that. And then make a workshop over here. And then a small stockpile right there. See how perfectly that fits in. Then we'll make a road there. Now, we have different bots that will complete different parts of the mission. So I'm going to go ahead and connect all these roads so that we can get through this a little bit quicker. And we'll be able to start making that debris. So we'll go ahead and unlock. And as we kind of do, I just want to show you how cool this is. Look how many models are walking around. Now, that seems like a small detail, and it is. It's very minute. But at the end of the day, this shows you the attention to details that Bulwark Studios gave to this game. Absolutely stunning. So we have a stockpile. We need to assign it something to hold. So we're going to go ahead and say you are going to hold alloys. So now we can start collecting alloys, getting this stuff out of the way. And after this, we have a few things we can build. A docking bay, which we already have, a tech lab, and population. We will have crew quarters, so one thing I'm going to do really quickly is just go ahead and bring this around. Now, we do have one bot that builds all of these roads for us. Let's go ahead and connect these 2 roads. You have to have the roads connected in order to gather all the resources. So let's just continue on our way over here. And we will be spending those, bringing forth our dream. Now, these are population crew quarters. They hold 15 people. As you can see, we have 85. So I'm going to do this in the background while this guy talks.
I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks person. I'm Dolos' cryonics lead, Marduk council member Giovanni Battista. So, let's see. Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tiquon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew. Having laid these foundations, you will then oversee the installation of the Vol engine and perform a short test jump to Proxima Centauri. Upon arrival, your research teams will carry out a brief survey of local space, gather a few rock and coal dust samples, fire up the colonization protocol, begin building the foundations for mankind's future, yada yada yada. And then you'll come back. Now, in order to achieve this, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the Tiquon's core functions. It's no big deal. There's the production, stockpiling and distribution of resources, construction, balancing of power output with allocation. Oh, and space exploration, sending out expeditions and all that. Basically, everything needed to establish scientific advancement and harmonious autonomy on board the Tiquon following the first test of its Vol engine. Eden's gonna display and keep track of your main objectives. Oh, and Administrator, don't let the position go to your head. Veneer has insisted to center Dolos' focus on the Tiquon. But this mission is just in preparation for our next project, the Protagoras. The Marduk Council worked damn hard to pull this mission together ahead of schedule. So, toe the line, do as you're told, and bring the Tiquon back in one piece. Leave the grand gestures and saving of mankind from ecosystemic destruction to us, okay? One last word of advice. We don't all think like Veneer Dolos. As of yet, no human law has been officially established amongst the stars. That sounds like an opportunity knocking to me.
Thank you, Giovanni.
Administrator, I have established a connection with Bolus's lead data scientist, Emma Klein. Administrator, Mr. Dolos has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tiquon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolos's lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork. Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munshi, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there is a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being recorded by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
Thank you, Emma.
A new request awaits your attention.
So just to give you up to speed on a couple more things, this is our energy. When we go up to it, beyond energy, we get a blackout. Blackout decreased trust. Trust is how much your crew trusts you. If you don't get good trust, then your crew mutinies. Which is very frustrating because you'll be like, hey, I'm trying to save us. And they're like, well, let's just riot instead. And this is the whole integrity which will come into play later. Let's go ahead and check out this event. Administrator, the Tiquon's crew members are currently unable to access food supplies. Protocols direct the construction of a mess hall. This building is designed to distribute food from our stockpiles to the crew, guaranteeing access to food supplies. Would reaffirm your competency as administrator. Thank you so much. I will build that. That will fit right here. And then we will build this road, continuing onwards, and delete this road, which we no longer need. And now we do need a little bit more population, but we'll worry about that in a bit. Right now, we'll just complete the mission of making the mess hall. As you can see, the food is right there, and the mess hall is right here, so it's a pretty short distance for them to cover to get that food. Just look at how things are built, by the way. As soon as they have the resources... Do you have the resources? Something else being built? Why aren't you being built? Okay, there we go. So the structure is intact, and then you can see it just kind of morphing in. So cool. Just again, the little graphic touches that make this game super special. Come on, get me there. There we go.
I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council member Henry Bargeville.
Bonjour, Administrator. What a wonderful day to embrace our fate, don't you think? I'm Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabe, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtongites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtongites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabe will provide us with a source of food whilst carrying out the Tiquon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tiquon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic connectors. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
Alrighty, thank you, Henry. We have a new mission. Administrator, some crew are lacking quarters. During human history, unnecessary homelessness has always been an indicator of civilization decay. Do not reproduce humanity's basic mistakes aboard the Tiquon. Have no fear, I will crew everybody. So let's go ahead and start that up now with adding some more homes back here. We will have plenty of homes very shortly, and then we need to go out into space. And in space, we need a fleet to do anything, but you can see that we have lots of things to explore. So and then we have this sector right here, which is the outside of the hull, where we can build things once we have that technology. So right away, we need to build a cargo ship, and then I'm going to go ahead and skip a step and build a space station, because I know we'll need that as well. Let's go ahead and collect the rest of this space debris. I almost called it trash, how rude of me. And we'll be able to store everything right here. Now, as you can see, they're bringing stuff to the dock, which is building our cargo ship. And as soon as that is done, we'll be able to connect with the Urshinabi that Henry was talking about. Alrighty, we have our cargo ship. Now the cargo ship, the way it works is you don't have to individually tell it what to do. It'll go around and pick up things in priority that you want it to. So this is full priority, this is medium, and this is low priority. Right now we need food, so let's go ahead and grab that. And we will start building a science ship. Right now we're just collecting the rest of this stuff right here, putting it in these stockpiles, and just building up for our next mission, which I will spoil for you, is going to be this tech lab. So let's go ahead and find a good place for this. I want to stick it right there. Can we stick it right there? Yes, we can. Let's go ahead and stick it right there. And build a road to it. Alrighty, our science ship is now complete. You can see it going into the docking bay. So now we have these exploration marks. So we'll take our science ship, which is that word. I got like the scope and the hope last time, and I get that. I'll look how to pronounce it up later. But let's go to the moon. And as soon as it arrives, it'll give us an option and a little bit of a dialogue.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Summary of intelligence aboard the abandoned base. This base is out of commission. Auxiliary systems are operational and can be used to restore power. We have reached the UN base. It is abandoned and depressurized. Surveillance systems is still operational, awaiting orders. So let's go ahead and exploit the security vulnerabilities. Now, important thing to know about this game is this is not an either or choice. This is what do you do first. So we don't want to dismantle the base because then we couldn't do the exploit, but we can do the exploit security vulnerabilities first. So let's do that. Alright, they have completed their task. We hacked into the main computer systems as you ordered and retrieved several relevant research papers and data sets. So we get 10 science off of this. Now we will also dismantle the base to get some resources. You have to keep the science ship here to collect the science, otherwise it'll not do that.
Administrator, due to insufficient levels of electricity generation.
Now don't panic, this is part of the tutorial. You will eventually do this. It's introducing you to what a blackout is. You can see that crew trust has gone down, but the simple solution is to turn something off really quickly, bringing the power back online. There we go. empower the Tiquon. So what we need to do is build a solar panel on the outside, but we have this mission really quickly. Administrator, reports being received relating to the optimization protocols aboard the Tiquon. They've indicated that crew members are being overworked. Although Dolus employees' contracts make it clear that a high degree of flexibility is required, this situation is beginning to take its toll on morale. It would be pragmatic to deploy additional crew members or reduce the number of concurrently active workplaces. So let's go ahead and get more crew. And while we're doing this, let's go ahead and delete this road. We won't need it anymore. Now we need to construct an EVA. Is that in the tech tree? So we need to construct an EVA airlock. Problem being is we need the tech lab online. It requires 12 power. So let's go ahead and turn off some of our storages. We won't need them for now.
Ship team has completed a task.
Turn this on and research the EVA airlock. We'll go back out in space and check on our scientists. How are you guys doing? The base has been dismantled. Although most of the equipment was damaged, we were able to prepare some usable resources for extraction. So we get 30 alloy and 90 science. Now, we do need to make sure that you are collecting those alloys as well. Otherwise, they'll just stay out in space. Now we're going to keep the science ship here until it collects all 90 research, which will be enough for us to research the EVA. So we're going to go ahead and speed up until we get to that point. Okay, we have completed the research for the EVA airlock. As you can see, it's very large and in charge. So let's go ahead and build that. Now, this will take 12 power. This takes 12 power, so let's go ahead and deactivate this for now. Actually, let's keep it on. Let's research it. And we'll start researching insect farms. This is how you get food. This was my downfall in the beginning in my first run. Make sure to get food as soon as possible. As you can see, we're running out of food already. But as soon as this is done, we're going to turn this guy off so we don't run into a power issue. But they're just collecting resources for right now, so we have a little bit of time to do some extra research.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Dolus's head of medicine, Dr. Abhinav Munshi.
Which I do love the pronunciation of this because I have a friend who has named a variation of this name, and he shortens ABHI to Obi. Well, let's listen to what the good doctor has to say.
Greetings, Administrator. I'm Dr. Abhinav Munshi, Dolo's expert in compartmentalism and medicine, and a member of the Marduk Council. I'm glad to finally meet you, even in this digital manner. Your psychological test results were quite impressive. My friend and colleague, Philip Stanford, couldn't be here today, so I will take the role of introducing you to the final stages of the Vol engine integration. Before we get into that, however, we would like you to complete the testing station's exploration and enhancement capabilities. You'll then be able to begin researching the EVA airlock and assess its compatibility with the Tiquon's core systems. I hope that the work of our team will ensure that you're equipped to deal with most situations you encounter up there. Before I leave you, Stanford would like me to remind you that space is a far less fanciful and forgiving environment than science fiction would have us believe. It would be wise to remember that.
Truer words never spoken, good doctor. So we need to construct the Vol engine. That is one of our objectives. But first we need to build the EVA airlock. So this is the EVA airlock, so we'll go ahead and speed things up until that gets close, making sure to turn off this right before it becomes online, because we do not want to experience another blackout. Okay, we have been able to unlock the insect farm, so let's turn this off. Oh, that was close. Okay, now we're on the outside. Now the beautiful thing about this is this is not a min-max scenario. Each of these builds on top of each other, which is super lovely. So let's go ahead and build this first small solar panel. Now while we're doing this, power is basically being shut off from the rest of the ship, so it's something to keep in mind for later. But we do have some food to put down as soon as the power is activated. Right now they can be bringing resources in. As you can see, it takes 10 polymer. So there's the 10, and now it's building it down. And as soon as that is done, we're going to increase our energy. We'll be able to turn everything back online and build our insect farms. So let's go ahead and get a jump on that. And let's place these guys right here. I'm going to build a lot of these. We have the alloys to do it. Let's check on our space science ship too. You are done collecting, so let's send you to Mars. Alright, this is now done. As you can see, we have 100 energy now, so we can turn everything back online.
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
Lots of complaining happening here. Work conditions. Workers needed in the sector, 100 active workers, 79. So let's go ahead and turn off a few of these. So we have 79, taking away 18. I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and build some more houses while we're at it. And we will get more crew, have no fear. We just need to complete all of the things, so we need to build the Vol engine. So there are 20 remaining crew members on the Urshanabi, so let's go out into space and go to our fleet and turn on crew. We're going to need those guys as soon as possible, so he's going to go out there and grab 20 more crew, which will help us out a lot. And we've built them houses already, so they should have plenty of wonderful space for themselves. We are producing food already. Here comes the Urshanabi, or our cargo ship. What is the name of our cargo ship? Please be something pronounceable. The Bulwark. Okay, good. It's just a Bulwark. Wonderful. We have gotten to 20 extra crew, and now we can start to turn on more of these as soon as they are available. So let's go ahead and power them back on. Oh, you're overworked now. Okay, let's turn that off. And this one's being built, but the power is going to remain off until we get a little bit more crew. So why don't we go to the outside and start the construction of the Vol engine, which is going to be built back here. And we'll watch that happen. Ooh, before we complete this, let's go ahead and check out Mars. The UN has established a facility on Mars. Its crew are currently lacking the materials required to repair a critical fault in their oxygen supply system. They have submitted an official request to Dulles for aid. Let's go ahead and help them out. We'll give them 20 polymers. We'll send our Bulwark out. And as soon as that is done, we will get some materials from them. Well, let's go back to watching this being built. And voila, the Vol drive has been completed. We have an incoming transmission. Hello!
Administrator, because of your continued successful management of the Tiquon, Dolos have authorized the dispatch of new crew members and food supplies. Please ensure that they have suitable accommodation once you reach Proxima Centauri.
Wonderful, thank you. I will take more crew.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Let's check on Mars here. The oxygen supply system has been repaired, and the relationship between Dolos and the competitor has improved by 36%. Now, we don't know who this competitor is, and I do not know if it plays an effect later in the game, but that is wonderful. So we will take 20 of that. Let's make sure that our buddy is going to be able to grab that. And let's just go ahead and turn everything on for now, and we'll prioritize later. All right, now we have our crew, so we can turn on these stations right here, which is going to take us to 99 power, which is as close as we are going to get. And as soon as we get the remaining crew, we will be ready to jump. Now, this will be a slight problem, as we will have a little bit of a homeless issue, as we have 49 people complaining about not having homes. So let's quickly, before we leave, do some finagling here. Let's go ahead and build the second solar panel, which is going to require 15 polymer. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to our tech tree and research the probe launcher. And this is all stuff that you probably want to do prior to activating the Vol engine for reasons. We'll leave it ambiguous for now. But let's go ahead and build some more of these guys, and we'll build them right here.
Full bonding procedure.
I will start the Vol binding procedure as soon as we have homes for all of our people. I'm a humanitarian.
Knowledge and test colonization routines once you reach Proxima Centauri. Before you do so, Vanir Dolos, Marduk Council founder and Dolos CEO wants to talk to you.
Let's go ahead and listen to Mr. Dolos.
Hello, Administrator. I'm glad to see that you have managed to complete your assignments in preparation for this unique moment in history. You must understand that this is not simply another chapter in humanity's story. The book of our life on Earth is over, and we stand now at its epilogue. It saddens me to think that there are many who have yet to comprehend the reality of our situation. We've endured endless cycles of war, crisis, and famine. Still, the worst is yet to come. There are others like Dolos who have prepared for this outcome, but most of our kind remain sheltered from the horror of the predicament we find ourselves in. This pale ghost of civilization will wither and die, and with it, the tenets and values of the past. As we prepare to leave this system for the first time, perhaps we must decide which fragments we will pick up and take forward with us. Through Dolos, I am offering mankind an alternative means of survival. The Tiquon is a tablet upon which we will carve our new history. Do you recognize why I have done all of this? Having foreseen our fate, I became fixated on altering it. I set about fashioning the ropes and tying the knots that would bind together this magnificent ship. It is true that our time in this world is brief, but at least I can rest assured knowing that my legacy will endure for eons. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light and the many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
Thank you, Mr. Dolos. I appreciate you. And while he was talking, I went ahead and built the probe launcher, which is something we're going to need later on. Now, let's go ahead and check on our station. And let's just go and grab this little bit of extra science before we leave. We're going to be building this probe launcher, and then we will activate the Volos station. But I will see you guys on Saturn. We have arrived on Saturn. A signature trace from the EKP system has been detected near Saturn. EKP technology is exclusive property of Dolos, but records indicate the company has not deployed any missions to the sector. The signature will soon enter the atmosphere of Saturn. We can send a team to investigate, or we can attempt to locate the debris in orbit. Let's go ahead and send a team to investigate. All right. A prototype rocket sent by the UN to use a variation of the EKP. We have stripped it down and recovered schematics. So we'll go ahead and grab the 10 science. We'll bring this boy back to the Tiquon, and then we'll be ready to go. Make sure to bring him back, because if you don't, you leave him behind, and that's kind of bad. All right, he is back in space. So let's go ahead and move the Tiquon to the moon. All power from main grid will be diverted to the EKP systems during the 0.7 cycles Tiquon movement. Sectors will be powered by batteries during this time. We don't have any batteries, but we will suffice. We have arrived at the moon. We will activate the Vol engine. Enjoy this.
In accordance with Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tiquon before Volt jump initiation.
Commence jump.
Earth, our home. She is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tiquon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the full engine.
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. Several anomalies detected. Multiple digital security breaches found within full jump routines. Full engine critically damaged. Hull integrity compromised. Analysis confirms discrepancies between the mission clock and the apparent advanced state of the solar system. We are receiving no communication signals from Earth. Likelihood of ongoing survival stands at approximately 7.67%. Activating Marduk survival protocols. New mission objective established. Ensure humanity's survival by finding a habitable exoplanet. Urgent issues requiring immediate attention. Increase food production output. Restore hull integrity.
Alrighty. And that's where we're going to leave it there. In episode 2, we'll find out what happened to the Earth and what did we do. But as we do wrap things up, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you've made it this far in the episode. If you have made it this far in the episode, hey, give it a thumbs up. Really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put out videos every day. But boys, I will see you in the next one.